There we go. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Oh wait, I gotta fix the camera this way, like this. Okay, that's nice. How you guys doing? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Southern European time. On the dollar, we don't do this show 9 a.m. We don't do this show Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Southern European time on the dollar every single day, Monday to Friday. Because why? Because we just do it randomly whenever we feel like it, But it is Monday, it is 8th of the April, and we are pumping, guys. We are pumping on the biggest doomsday scenario right now that everybody been talking about. 8th of April is gonna dump, but we know better, and it is pumping. We've been bullish for a while, and right now we are breaking this, move towards upside. Right now, this triangle that's playing out right now is breaking towards upside. The resistance is getting broken as well. So it's all good and dandy. I don't know if you watched yesterday's video. There was a video yesterday on my channel over here. If you go to the videos, Bitcoin is 79k. After this, watch this, Bitcoin about to break up. That was yesterday, and it was my feeling and how the patterns have been playing out. So it's interesting video to watch, and it is playing out as we actually expected it. It is breaking towards upside right now, breaking the resistance. The big question is, are we gonna get to 79k? Now 79k is only over here, up here. We're just gonna pull it a little bit up here to get a little bit, a couple of more days left in up there to 79k. So we're going to 79k, guys. Hope you're doing well. 40 people watching. How you guys doing? The beauty is in the chat. This is the date. This is the date, guys. This is the date. The last date we had was 14 October. We thought that was actually going to be a dump date. 14 October is all the way down here. This is the 14 October over here. Exactly on the 14 October up here. We started pumping, as you can see, exactly from the 14 October. That was the last date we had. Right now we have the 8th of April, and we were a little bit unsure whether we're gonna dump or pump. But as soon as we came over here, a week ago, something like that, I was very, very convinced right now that we are gonna, start pumping on the 8th of April, and right now we are up 4.64%. So it's all good and dandy, guys. It's all good and dandy. The solar eclipse right now that's gonna happen, because we got a new moon and solar eclipse. Do we have the moons on the chart yet? We still don't have the full moon over here. Sorry, new moon. The new moon isn't on the map just yet. Yeah, over here there is the new moon. We got. Why is it on the daily but not on the 4-hourly? The new moon is supposed to dump us towards downside like every single other time. You can see up here this previous full moon has been pumping us right now. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. But 8th of April, I don't know if the solar eclipse actually happened already or not. You guys can tell me that. Solar eclipse, 8th April. Did this already happen? This is funny, guys. If you go and if you go to Google and you write solar eclipse 8th April, look what Google did. See this? That's funny. That's why we love Google, because they do this kind of stuff. Solar eclipse map show 24 total path over here. When is this actually gonna happen? Is it all, did the solar eclipse already happen or not? Crossing around today with parts of 15 United States map show where and when astronomy fans can see the big event as skies darken in the middle of the day. Middle of the day, April 8th. So maybe in like 6 hours or so, because that's gonna be middle of the day. Up here in Buffalo and Burlington, up here in US, that's like 6 hours before our time. So maybe in like 6 hours, 4 or 5 more hours or something like that. The best views are gonna be looked at very close to Dallas and Little Rock, up here Austin, San Antonio. I don't know if you can see that. This dark red, that's the big one, right? That's gonna be that. I think that's gonna be 4 minutes. You got only 4 minutes over here. 4 minutes of solar eclipse. But yeah, the solar eclipse haven't happened just yet. It's very, very close. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out during the day. But right now it does look very, very nice, guys. It does look very, very nice. And let's just clean up everything over here on the chart. And we are pumping right now. I mean, there is no week on the top side. We are still pumping 4.6% up for Bitcoin. Ethereum up 4.9%. There is a double bottom down here on Ethereum right now, trying to break this towards up. So we're going to see how far we get with that. Everything else seems to be pumping as well, which is actually very, very nice. I mean, they're not pumping more than Bitcoin, but, you know, they're still, you know, 3-4% towards the upside up here. Some coins are a little bit more than other coins. But overall, everything is in green. Everything looks nice and dandy. Yeah, but what about WeChain, man? WeChain. You know, WeChain people don't like me. You know why? Because I make a couple of videos about WeChain, and, you know, I'm telling you know, all the time, it's gonna pump, you know, 87%, 7% next. I'm gonna do a WeChain video today and say that, you know, next is 98% pump. It's gonna happen, guys. VeChain is gonna happen. It's gonna go, you know, 98%. The resistance is pretty much given right now. You can see up here, go right now, just consolidate a little bit up, a little bit down. It takes a little bit time, you know, to get to those levels. But, you know, it's a long-term prediction. It's not, you know, if you want to tell you what's gonna happen next, we'll be probably looking at something like 4-hourly or 1-hourly time frame and talk about, you know, the next move, you know, in the next couple of hours and stuff like that. But, you know, we are looking at the daily and the weekly time frame, and these weekly time frames can take a little bit while. I mean, it can take, you know, a month's time up here, you know, just to get up here to the top. But, you know, eventually, you know, right now it is 98% on the VeChain. So there is that. I will make an update on VeChain on the YouTube. So there is that. VeChain is a dino coin. 9-inch wick coming. Peter, I do, man. Yeah, 9-inch wick coming. Perhaps you can see up here we also have this very nice triangle up here. Now there is a little bit, you know, sketchy stuff up here that's happening. There is too many lines on the charts. I do get that, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna remove these two lines over here. I'm gonna remove this 8th of April up here as well. We are actually getting back inside this rising channel up here. You can see the rising channel. You see this, you know, consolidation part up here right now. We are actually breaking that. If you remember, not so long ago, we actually talked about this. Let me find a clean chart. Do we have a clean chart? Regardless, this is a clean enough chart. There we go. We talked about this channel over here, depending on how you draw it up here, that you know, if this channel up here breaks towards the upside, it's all hell breaks loose and we pump, right? And you know, it is more probable to break towards the upside, but this is a rising channel right now. This rising channel is breaking towards the upside, which is extremely bullish. I don't know about you guys, but when rising channel breaks towards the upside, it's extremely bullish, extremely bullish. And you'll see over here on the 4-hourly time frame that, you know, this bigger channel over here right now, we're coming back inside the channel over here. Very much bullishness on the chart right now. So, you know, we said 49k, and even this channel up here looks at, you know, something like, you know, 49k up here at the tops, give or take. That's what we are looking at right now. 49k up here eventually at the top of this channel, and then of course eventually we break that and, you know, just go a lot higher than that. But we won't be talking about any kind of levels above 49k, but I think right now 49k is pretty much very it's not certain or anything like that, but it is very likely right now to happen. In your pants. When they say 9-inch, it's probably more like 5-inch. You are 4 hours late. Yeah, the 9 a.m. guys, it's no longer on the table. You see up here, I'm no longer you know, shilling it with 9 a.m. because we don't no longer do this 9 a.m. We no longer do this, you know, Monday to Fridays. Just whenever, you know, whenever something happens, you will see Bitcoin Daily. If there is Bitcoin Daily, you should probably watch it, man, because we do the charts on the dollar. Time isn't real thing anyway. A bit like red candles, they are true. Like, exactly, time isn't real. Like 9 a.m. here, you know, there is somewhere, you know, somewhere in the world there is 9 a.m. So there is that. Hey Tila, what's up? The green is gone. How you doing, man? By the way, we don't have the overlay. Where is the overlay? Oh, I pressed the wrong button, guys. I pressed the wrong button. This is the one. You know, this, we use this thing over here when we are looking at coins and on the blue balls exclusive. So I'm sorry about that. This is the one, and then we can have, you know, the overlay. There is that. So just to give you guys, you know, a little bit more what do you call it, you know, respect, you know, I'm just gonna go all over these that I already clipped. There we go. Used car about hit $1. That's 50x. Thank me later. You're gonna go to your dealership and any used car you want from the gains. Don't miss out. Don't overthink this. Used car. I mean, if it's on base, maybe. If it's on Solana, maybe. If it's on Ethereum, no, thank you. We're gonna check it out because I'm not paying, you know, $70 for a used car. In what's it called? In fees. There is that. Dr. Karlov is in the chat. Hello TLA, hello everybody. Waves and Bitcoin pumping. No eclipse but sunny skies here. Nice. Very nice. yeah, the eclipse is in US, so you know we won't be seeing any kind of eclipse, but you know those guys in the US, they're gonna be, you know, full-blown doomsday scenario stuff gonna go, you know, all over the place. There is that. Bitcoin is doing actually very nice over here. We can actually start talking about what's actually happening with Bitcoin up here. Let's go to the weekly time frames now. The weekly time frames are, no, daily time frames up here. Daily time frames are important. As you see up here, we got a double channel up here. We are actually breaking this towards upside. Now the important note is up here, this candle up here is not closed just yet, so we still need to close above the you know, triangle over here. There's a triangle over here, right? We still need to close above triangle. We still need to close above these lines up here that are somewhere around, give or take. Let's use this stop over here or this stop over here, give or take. Over here it needs to close somewhere between, you know, 70.7 and 71.4. Let's say 71.4, then we are above everything else. And like we said in the previous video yesterday over here, these stops up here are not actually that important. They are important, but I will say that this resistance level at around 71.4k up here is a lot more important right now than this resistance up here at the top. So you know, just getting above 71.4, you're also inside this bigger channel up here, breaking the midline as well over here towards upside and everything, like, and we're definitely looking at right now at 79 levels. We still need to see how this is gonna play out during the day, because the solar eclipse again is happening in 6 hours. Maybe, you know, maybe this is just a, you know, some kind of big week that, you know, turns badly during the day. That's why I say that we need to wait how this candle closes, right? We want a daily close in a very good mood, right? So you know, in the next and the daily time frame is gonna close in a daily candle. This candle over here is gonna close in 12 hours and 27 minutes, so we need that close. It's very important. Also tomorrow is gonna be very important to see whether we get a big, you know, rejection from certain levels towards downside, getting back inside this triangle or not. But it is really hard to dump right now, you know, some kind of bad levels. Now it could happen that we dump today, but if we can actually close this green candle over here today somewhere above, you know, 71 72k above these levels up here, it is gonna be really hard to dump in the next, you know, 1-2 days right back down again. It can happen, but it's gonna be really hard, and you know, that's how these things work. When you break certain levels, it's really hard to push price back down, but also when you break certain levels, it's really hard to push price back up again, right? So right now we still haven't, you know, closed above it, so you know, the price can still technically go down very fast today if something should happen. But if it do happen to have a nice, you know, daily close up here today, then I don't see any kind of dump in the next coming days. That means that, you know, solar eclipse has passed, and that, you know, everything looks good and dandy. And the probability for the 79k comes, you know, very sharply after that. So as long as we can actually, you know, close over here today above 71, give or take 71 72k levels, the 79, you know, the probability for 79k increases, you know, tremendously towards upside. So there is that. Double top on Bitcoin 5-minute time frame. Dude, don't do that, man. How you doing, by the way? XRP pump 80. How's XRP doing, by the way? Let me just quickly check XRP. 2.2% up here right now. Right now, this is not the trend over here. This is the trend over here for XRP. And the XRP over here is right now just channeling towards downside. There is also a midline over here somewhere. Over here is getting above that midline. So XRP is gonna need, if you want to see XRP, you know, pumping big time towards upside, you know, it needs to get out of this channel up here towards upside up here first before it actually pumps. So you know, it is still a little bit slow. It's still a little bit slow. Wizard Cell, how you doing, man? 10 days till the halving. It's not 10 days. It's actually a little bit more than that. Bitcoin halving clock. Let's check it out. Bitcoin halving clock right now. Yes, it's actually 10 days. No, this is, yeah, this is 18 April. This is 18 April. Where is the other clock? It's not this clock. This one. Yeah, this is the, like, April 20, like 11 days. We've been watching this clock over here. Like, different clocks have different time. You know, they try to figure out, you know, how long it's gonna take time. But the closer we get to the date, you know, we're gonna know on the dollar once it happens. But it's gonna be like 10-11 more days. Less than 2 weeks until halving, guys. This is a very special event. So you know, it's coming very quickly right now. Ethereum's up 5% right now. The interesting part up here when it comes to Ethereum is that it's not pumping, guys. It's not pumping yet. I mean, this went down big time towards over here. Right now, what I'm looking here, I'm looking for this trend to break. I think this trend already broke, and right now I'm looking at this trend over here to break. And, you know, I'm seeing slightly curvature up here. You know, I still want this big move towards upside up here to happen for Ethereum, because when Ethereum starts going towards upside, guys, everything goes towards upside. So maybe we just got to this, you know, first move down here. Right now we're gonna, you know, get out of this, you know, accumulation zone down here on Ethereum before this actually goes towards upside. Because when Ethereum goes towards upside, altcoins are gonna explode, guys. Altcoins are gonna explode. Unfortunately, we don't have an altcoin season yet right now. Bitcoin is again today up 4% over here. It broke outside this, you know, consolidating triangle up here towards upside over here right now, and it looks like it wants to move, continue moving towards upside. So the Bitcoin is still the king, unfortunately. Still no altcoin season in the site just yet. We still need to break this towards downside before we can talk about, you know, altcoin season. But, you know, maybe because you can see up here, even these stops up here are coming very close to these stops over here. So, you know, we are still in the top part of the move. But you know, when is this gonna break down? That is the big question, right? So everybody's waiting for this breakdown on the Bitcoin dominance, because when Bitcoin dominance starts breaking towards downside, guys, and then it goes like this over here towards downside, just like it did every single time before, right? When the Bitcoin dominance breaks towards downside, like over here, right, it breaks towards downside. That's when we get altcoin season, guys. That's when you get altcoin season. Now, important part up here, I'm gonna say it again because I don't think a lot of channels are saying that. When this starts actually happening, you gotta, like, we figured out you got between 1 and 2 months of altcoin season, and then it's over. Pretty much the top is gonna get in once we actually do this, right? So once this starts dumping towards downside, there is 2 months of the bull market and it's over. Remember that. Dusk, my man, Dusk. What is happening with Dusk, man? If I look at Dusk right now and it's like up 5% or something like that, I'm gonna be mad. On the other hand, if it's up like 100%, I'm gonna be mad as well because you didn't tell me when it was down. What is up right now on the daily time frame? Dusk is not doing anything, man, and I'm mad because you made me look at the chart. How much is this move up here? 6% move, man. What? Life of a YouTube. Finally, Dusk, we are just ahead of the mainnet launch. Oh, Dusk is having a mainnet launch. Duck. Is there a Duck coin? Why is there no Duck coin? There should be a Duck coin. I would definitely buy Duck coin. Dusk, not so sure about. Not so sure about. How much did this actually pump from the bottom over here right now? 6x right now pulling back. It's gonna go higher. I mean, this looks actually very bullish. So, you know, there is that. It looks like it also is going in some kind of parabolic move up. It looks like it also is going parabolic move towards upside. So, you know, Dusk is fine. Will Bitcoin hit 65 after this new high before the halving pump? I don't see that, man. I don't see that. We were just down. How much was Bitcoin actually down right now? We were down at 61. So why do you want a 65? I don't get it, man. Why do you want 65 again when we already hit 61? Why do you want low levels? Like, you already had a chance down here at 61. You had a chance here at 65. Why do you looking at 65 again? I'm the one didn't know how things worked out in the last cycle. Hope newbies did not I mean, people will miss the top. That is the big thing, guys. People will miss the top, regardless of whether you like it or not. Even, you know, the professional will miss the top because there is just too much bullishness. People, you know, oftentimes think that things will go, you know, for longer than they usually go. People think that, you know, hoping for some kind of 10x on some coin that they're only up like 3x on. So they're waiting and hoping and living in hopium, right? But when top hits in, guys, it's over. Like, it's over, right? The top is not yet in just yet. We know that. There are a couple of ways to actually figure that out, but we won't go into that right now. But you know, it still looks very good. And the most important part, the dominance, is not has not dropped down just yet, right? So this is the most important part. Before Bitcoin actually goes into, you know, some kind of big crash or anything like that, all of these altcoins need to pump. That means the dominance needs to, you know, crash towards downside. And you know, that's also one of these things that are gonna tell us that we are, you know, pretty much done with the bull market, is when dominance crashes towards downside. So we're not quite there just yet, but it's getting very close. It's getting very, very close. So I got my theories on how this might actually play out. Right now, Bitcoin is still pumping towards upside, and you'll see over here. Let me find a new chart up here, and you know, just remove everything over here on the chart. And if you look at all this over here, like this is actually a stupidly bullish move up here. Like if you just look at it on the weekly time frame up here, it's just kind of going sideways over here. It just like, you know, doing this up here, breaks this towards upside, and does another move up here towards upside. I mean, that is pretty much given right now. I mean, look at a price action up here that's been happening, right? You got this stop over here, then you got a higher high, and then you pull back all of these wicks towards downside. And right now, it's still going towards upside. This was over here 70% move towards the downside over here. Usually we had 20% moves, but right now these moves are actually getting less actually because we are pumping so much, and you know everybody's buying the dip. So the first dumpage up here was 22%. The second pullback was 19%. Was actually more than 90% up here. No, it's actually 19%, but this is on Bitfinex. Depends on what kind of chart you look at. This dump over here was 22%, so we got a 22, 90, 22. Over here we had a big dump down here, 20%, but from these lows it was on like 16%. Over here it was only 13%, but from the very weak towards downside it was 20%. Right now we had a 70% dump, so we are getting on average around 20% dumps, give or take, every single pullback, guys. So it is going very, very well. So all of these dumps. Now it is important to know every single time Bitcoin does these 20% dumps, altcoins do 30 to 40% dumps. So if you go and look at altcoins, everything is down 30-40%. Some are even down 50% towards the downside. But it's not abnormal. I do know that people buying very high and buying green candles and tops, and then it pulls back 50% and then think bull market is over, it's dead. It's not that. It's just how the things play out. It's just how things play out. And we've been also I've been talking about how it's already down like 30-40% right now, just like last time, right? Regardless of the coin you're looking at over here, 30%. Last time it was down over here 45%. Right now it's down, it went down 33%, right? So we are again at these lows down here again, right? So we are again waiting for these moves on altcoins again, right? These big moves towards upside, and then this bullish move out of these channels towards upside, where the dominant just crashed towards downside and all of that shebang, right? But it looks good. It looks good, right? Now the biggest mistake people are gonna make, I think, when it comes to this this ending part of the move, because they believe that once we break the halving up here, it goes some kind of crazy levels towards upside. And I'm telling you again, because I've been telling it a lot of times, once you break these highs up here, and we are already breaking these highs, and right now we are bumping above these highs, people tend to think that this can go up very, very high, but I just want to tell you that it is better to have a target at 80k, 85k, 90k, 95k, somewhere down. It is better to have some kind of target over here for Bitcoin than look at these levels up here at the top. I mean, if it goes up there, it's nice and dandy, but you don't want to be the guy that's sitting in a hopium at the top, waiting for the Bitcoin to go up to 100k, and it does this and goes towards downside. You don't want this to happen, right? So we don't want that to happen. So that's why we are looking at 80 to 90k up here, give or take. We got some kind of targets up here. It is very probable also, 110, 120k up here. We got a target at 150 as well. But we are looking just at the 80, 90k and saying that, that's good enough. That's good enough, right? Because from the bottom towards the top up here, from the very bottom towards top, 15k to 90k, that's like 5x, give or take, over here. That's like 5x, and that will be definitely profiting. These billionaires will be taking, if you put in 1 billion in Bitcoin at 15k, you're definitely taking 5 Bitcoin, which 5 billion with you at home after 1 year's time, 2 years time. So there is that. That's insane gains. The more money you put in, the bigger the gains are, even though it's only 5x, right? So there is that. I'm selling at double, triple bottom on Bitcoin dominance. You are selling at double, triple bottom. What do you mean you're selling? You're selling when it comes down here. 1, 2, 3. Something like this over here. I mean, yeah, there might be some, we're gonna start analyzing the bottom when that time comes. But right now we're just looking for this move first. We want this move, and then we're gonna talk about the bottom part, okay? Could you look at Bonk? Any opinion? Bonk is like everything else right now. Bonk is meme coin. Meme coins are also gonna play out well. They are not that, guys. Guys, when it comes to Bonk and all of these other coins, meme coins, they don't just die. They don't just consolidate and then, you know, slowly die towards downside. When you have these meme coins and they die pretty fast, right? So if you look at the Dogecoin over here, it will pump like heavily, and it won't be consolidating sideways. It will be just going right down. Over here it was kind of sideways consolidation. There was a bit of pullbacks. You can just look at it, but it will be just, you know, bleed towards downside very fast. Everything will get rejected. It's pretty much over by then. By that point, the same thing goes with the Bonk and everything else right now. It is not. I think, you know, it's still gonna continue towards upside, because if the alt season is gonna come, if the dominance is gonna drop down to 0, Bitcoin dominance, that means that altcoins is gonna pump. If altcoins pump, you know, these meme coins pump again, especially Dogecoins. Dogecoin is very bullish right now. I don't know if you guys know, but Dogecoin is right now extremely bullish. So I'm thinking Dogecoin might actually be the one of the first ones to go. Here we look at Gary. Is it possible to estimate how much money is coming from Bitcoin? 1.5 trillion market cap just for altcoins, maybe. Maybe, but you know, I'm not really into that. How's Mladen Coins doing? Mladen is doing actually well, especially on chappies. He got like a 4K chappy, 4K you know, USD chappies on some kind of competition or something like that. So you know, that's good for Mladen. I don't know about anything else. Ask it on Sol, the OG Mimi listing on Barbet. Good afternoon, one and last. How you doing, man? PolyX is the top 3 RVA. Just bought a bag. Let me check out PolyX, because I do like RVA. So you know, there is that. How much is this up here right now? 3x up here just in the last move. What is PolyX? Let me do quick move. If it's below 10 billion mark, sorry, PolyX. No, it's not a billion. It's like half a billion market cap. So you know, not really interested in that. But there are definitely, you know, RVA coins that are below, you know, 100 million market cap. So you know, that might be a good thing. Soil is protocol in big RVA player. Yeah, how is Soil doing? I think we've been looking at Soil for a while right now. Yeah, it's still pumping like crazy over here. The first move up here was something like, you know, 5x, and right now it's, you know, going up here again. So it is doing well as well. And the market cap on Soil, you see, Soil up here is, you know, only, you know, 11 million market cap. So, you know, these coins can actually pump a lot more, right? So, at this point of stage, I'm not really interested in buying, you know, anything with a half a billion market cap or anything like that. Half a billion market cap, you know, in the start of the bull market, it was fine. You know, and even below that, it was fine, because, you know, it's a long-term perspective, so it's gonna take a little while. You can put more money into some kind of coins, but right now, you know, buying these new coins, you know, at half billion market, I don't know. TLI, you want something real to put your money into? Check out T-Doc. Sure, man, I'll check out T-Doc. If it already pumped like 10x, man, I'm gonna hate you, man. T-Docs. T-Doc. There is no such thing as T-Doc, man. T-Doc. T-Doctor. There is no such thing, man. T-Doctor. What's T-Doctor? I don't know. I cannot even find it, man. I cannot even find it. The top RVA is Dusk. He's the only one being fully compliant on current privacy regimes like GDPR and MiFID. Poly. Yo, good morning, TLI. Guys, do you want a pro tip? I don't know if it's a pro tip, but you know, do you wanna hear about the coin? Yo, good morning, Andrew. How you doing, man? It's not crypto. Then why are you telling me about it? Why are you telling me about something that's not crypto? R-Trade, 4 hour and S. Let's check out R-Trade. R-Trade has actually been performing very nicely lately. Over here. It's still pulling down. It's not out of the channel up here on 4 hourly. So it's either this one over here, and I think it's more likely it's this one and the bigger one over here towards downside. It could be both of these. The downtrend over here is definitely this one up here. give or take. So until this actually breaks, I mean, this is a bigger probability to break towards upside. Right now it's sitting at this midline over here, but the question is, you know, I don't think it's gonna drop down here below these levels up here. It's already did 1, 2, 3 touches on bottom line, so I think right now it's on the bottom and might actually break this towards upside and go over here. So it looks good. Gary Trump got. Sup man, hi, the great Indian passport. I thought you were expecting to regular stocks. Oh, it's a regular stock. T-Doc stocks. T-Doc health. Why do I want to go into the health, man? Yeah, it looks to be at some kind of bottom, but you know, it's bleeding down. So until it actually breaks the trend, nothing is actually done. Right? So there's the trend over here going all something like this up here. It's still bleeding towards downside. And you know, after this big moves towards downside up here, I don't know what this is, but after this big move towards downside, this is down 90%, and it's still bleeding towards downside without any kind of move towards upside. And the thing about stocks is they do got, you know, revenue, they got, you know, fundamentals, they got, you know, who they are, you know, hiring and not hiring, you know, and stuff like that. So you gotta look at a whole bunch of stuff to figure out whether this is gonna come out of the this, you know, downtrending extortion pattern or not. Because if this breaks towards downside, something is definitely wrong. I don't think it can actually break toward. I mean, it can always break toward. Stuff can always go down 90%, guys. You don't believe me, but you know, stuff can always go down 90%. This 90% down here, it comes to 1.5, but if you zoom in, you know, it can always go another 90% down when you buy, guys. You buy and you know, suddenly stuff is down another 90%, right? I mean, it can still continue going down 90%, very, you know, every single time you buy, it can go down 90%. You think just because something is down 90%, it cannot go down anymore? No, guys, no. It can always go down another 90%. That's just, you know, how stuff works, right? 90% up here, 0.13, right? So as soon as you buy, the stuff can go down 90%, just so you know that, okay? Just so you know, it can always go down another 90%. When you buy, it will probably go down another 90%. But yeah, this the problem with this over here is we don't know anything about T-Doc health, we don't know anything about it. So unless some kind of another, you know, pandemic comes up here, like over here in 2020 or something like that, you know, I'm a little bit unsure whether this is gonna do this move towards upside. I don't know what this is, you know. Regardless, when it comes to, you know, stock market coins, you know, real coins, fundamentals and stuff like that, it's a little bit harder to figure out, you know, what's gonna do. Even though you might find the bottom, you still need to look at, you know, fundamentals of the company. Received cost continues. Just sign a deal when it could you it cost isn't this that cost Contentos? Yeah, Contentos. I think I did look at Contentos before, but that was a long time ago, and right now it's pumping. I don't know what this is, but you know, it's up only 3%. Let me check. Somebody, people are writing in the chat. Let me check it out. Yeah, that's perhaps target pre-holding is 80.5, then before it reaches. Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking as well. This was 2020 halvening, not in the halvening day 11 May with the yellow vertical line. Yeah, so Jule is a little bit bearish. I'm gonna show you over here. So Jule in the chat is posting this over here, and it's trying to, you know, saying that saying that this vertical line 11 May, that's the halvening, right? So, you know, 4 days before the halvening, we actually dumped towards downside. There was also, you know, this is also on daily time frame. So daily time frame, we've been, you know, this is Corona dump over here. Is this Corona dump up here? Yeah, it gotta be Corona dump over here. But why is this on the 21st? No, this is not Corona. This is just a dump, normal dump. Normal dump. Let me go to the daily time frame over here. So we can just find one chart up here. 11th is 11th May is 2021. It's 11th September. Which date was that? 11 May 2020. 11 May 2020. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong stuff. 11 May 2020. That's right over here. There we go. That's 11 May 2020. That's the previous halvening. I see up here just before that we had this Corona dump, then we climbed up here towards the upside. There was you know, this rising channel up here, or rising wedge up here that broke towards upside. But just before, there was a couple of days before, you know, dump. Now, could we dump just before the halving, you know, couple of days? There might be, you know, dump before the halving. It's not gonna say they cannot be dumped before the halving. It can definitely be dumped before the halving. Let me just go a little bit back over here. So as you see over here on the chart, let me just zoom in a little bit up here, and the halving right now is around 20, give or take. Where is 20 up here? Let me go to the daily time frame over here. 1920, there we go. You know, could there be a dump before halving? Yeah, but we can also do this move up here towards upside and then dump into the halving and then do this move towards upside like we did last time, right? So, you know, I think that's a little bit, when it comes to that, I think it's a little bit fear-mongering that, you know, for whatever reason we're gonna dump, like, but you're not, there is difference between the dumps, guys, right? There is difference between going zigzag, then going up and then dumping, and then zigzagging, going down and then dumping more, right? This is a very, very bad move. This over here is just pullback. You know, there is difference between a pullback and, you know, bad move, right? So if we continue dumping up here, I really don't care that we, you know, dump pre-halving, right? Bullish. People always need a doctor. Yeah, I'm bullish on doctors. Base meme coins are worth looking into WeChain as solid buy. I mean, people are talking about base coins, so, you know, there is that. Tito is telling us service where you see doctor online instead of going to their office. So again, this was actually, you know, this did pump, and we just saw T-Doc. As you just saw over here, this thing did pump during Corona, right? Why? Because, you know, everybody, you know, couldn't go out and couldn't go to the doctor, right? But as soon as that was over, you know, it's back down there again, right now to the bottoms of these levels over here. So whether this has any kind of potential or not, it depends, right? Do you know what a Zoom? Do we have a Zoom over here? Zoom video communication. Is this the one? NASDAQ. Yeah, do you see the same kind of thing up here? You remember during pandemic, you know, Zoom exploded towards the upside. Look at the gap up here. Like, it was just insane how much Zoom was popular. But then it crashed towards downside as soon as pandemic was done. And same goes with the T-Doc and this online service. Like, who wants to call a doctor? I want to go there and show him my butt, you know. Look at my butt, man. Look at my butt. What is wrong with my butt? I don't want to, you know, use my phone and, you know, have NSA and CIA looking at my butt as well. Only my doctor can look at my butt. Wood has a huge position in. Katie Wood is, guys, do not listen to Katie Wood, please. She is totally out of her mind. She sold Coinbase down at the bottom. She bought at 400, sold at the bottom just before the bull market. Katie Wood said Bitcoin is going to go to 500,000 in the previous bull market, not even close. This time around, she's saying the Bitcoin is going to go to the, you know, $2 million. Guys, do not listen to Katie Wood. When she starts shilling you stuff, it's because she needs exit liquidity. Ivan Ortega, welcome to TFN Club. Blue balls, man. How you doing, man? Enjoy the green name, enjoy the emojis. And by the way, man, you get to pick the coin. You know, that's a welcoming gift, you know, since you joined. Or could you go ETF, natural gas, it's also at the bottom. There is a whole bunch of stuff at the bottom, but the problem with looking at the bottom, now, the gas is a commodity, so it's a little bit different. But when you're looking at companies and you're looking at, you know, when you're looking at companies and you're looking at the bottoms of the companies, you cannot just look at a chart. You gotta find something bullish in the company. You gotta understand the company before you can say, okay, it's at the bottom now, right? When it comes to Bitcoin, like, it's just like looking at... you just look at the chart and you see the bottom, you just buy because it's, you know, it's bullish, it's gonna be bullish in the next, you know, 50 years in the future, right? Bitcoin and this new tech. The same thing goes with the AI coins. You don't have to actually think too much. If you see some kind of AI, not AI coins, but AI company in the real world, if you see some AI company in the real world, you have to just look at a chart. Because the entire sector is hugely bullish. AI sector is hugely bullish. So you find some kind of AI chart, some kind of new company, AI company, you look for the bottom on the chart and you know it's gonna break up. Why? Because, you know, it's AI. She's crazy. Yeah, Katie Woods is crazy, man. Katie, do not listen to Katie Woods. I feel like making a punching bag out of ape and keep punching. Man, I'm with you on that one. But, you know, I got hope. I got hope. So there is that. You know, I could be wrong on ape. It could happen, you know. I'm really, you know, itching to, you know, sell ape and buy anything else. But I know the moment I sell ape, you know, it's gonna pump, unfortunately. Even Ortega, well, by the way, again, welcome to the Blue Balls. There is a link down somewhere for the Telegram channel. You're welcome to join the Telegram channel. You trade on stream anymore? No, I don't. Maybe there will become, you know, more trading when we get to the bear market, you know, because that's the only thing you can do in the bear market. But right now, you know, it's only about, you know, which coin is gonna pump more. How's Ocean looking? There we go. Ocean, yeah, let's check out Ocean. Ocean. Crypto. It looks good. It looks good. Now, let me show you something about Ocean over here, man. This is the monthly time frame. Down here is the May, June on the bottom. You can see up here it didn't go that much, just like Bitcoin, but it's been going up like really steadily. And you can see up here the channel up here broke towards upside, right now exploding. It is pulling back a little bit over here towards downside, but it looks very good, especially because this bottom didn't bleed forever and then pump towards upside. This actually started pumping with Bitcoin up here, and it's been going very well so far. Right now it's up, you know, 13x up here towards upside. Up here this 10x actually on the dollar, and this was a overextension towards upside, but it went up 10x, so there is definitely, you know, profits being taken. This looks like a double top over here right now. This last move over here on Ocean was you know, 3x towards upside, so there is definitely profits being taken right now at the top. Anytime you see any kind of, you know, 10x move towards upside, there is profits being taken, unfortunately, right? And there are major levels over here of resistance right now that's right now coming at, right? There are two major levels right now. There is actually not a lot of resistance levels right now, but this looks like a double top. It looks like pulling back, but I don't think this double top is gonna play out into a, you know, crash towards downside. What it's doing right now is just consolidating, because this is a weekly time frame, and this over here, this week, this month time frame, this is just one candle. If you go to the weekly time frame over here, we get a couple of pullbacks towards downside. We get a higher high up here. There's probably some kind of divergence up here on the chart as well. Let me pull the indicators down here. Let's kind of pull back. Yeah, so it's just consolidating, and the way I see it right now, it's just consolidating up here in it's just consolidating inside the uptrend, right? So it pumped big time, it's consolidating. It might pull back a little bit, it might continue going a little bit over here towards upside. Up here we won't go into very small time frames, but it looks very good right now. And you know, it did just 10x to move towards upside, so it needs to consolidate before it does another move towards upside. Major levels are, you know, 1.28 and 1.43, give or take over here. Those are the major levels, and once you actually break these, you are actually what we call price discovery area up here. And then we have to look at another axis, and the way we actually find, you know, targets for these things up here, this over here is 10x, so next target, you know, next, you know, natural target is something like 20x up here towards upside, because you gotta understand, when the, you know, the people that bought down here, they're gonna be taking profits at 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x, whatever x, right? Also look at the market cap on coins, and Ocean right now, let me see up here, Ocean protocol right now, it's still below 1 billion market cap. So if it goes, you know, 100% right now to 2.5, it's only gonna be a 2 billion market cap, right? Actually not 1.2 billion market cap, 1.3 billion market cap, give or take, right? And you gotta ask yourself, is 1.3 billion market cap that high for this bull market? I don't think so. I think if you look at a coin market cap over here right now, I think that the lowest coin over here right now, the lowest coin is a 1 billion market cap right now, but I think by the end of the bull market, the lowest coin is gonna be around the 5 billion market cap. So all of these coins, you know, the lowest coin I think is gonna be at 5 billion. I might be wrong on this one. I don't know if it's gonna be 5 billion or 10 billion or whatever that's gonna be, but 5 billion market cap. Now if this continues towards going towards upside and gets in the top 100 level at the end of the bull market, you can see you know, another 5x at least, you know, on Ocean, if it goes that high, right? Depends on what it does. Now I don't know what sector Ocean is, but the way I'm looking at chart right now over here very quickly, it just looks like it's consolidating over here right now before the next move towards upside. So it's inside consolidation part. Even Ortega, again, thanks for joining the Blue Balls. Join our Telegram chat, man. There is a link wherever you click buy button. There is a link there somewhere for the Telegram chat. What's up, TLI? Could we get a correction out of nowhere? What? Could we get a correction out of nowhere maybe? But Bitcoin looks bullish as hell on the daily. Yeah, Bitcoin looks bullish, man. Bitcoin is actually going up a little bit, which is actually very nice. Trading is much easier than bull market, just long on sports. Yes, it's interesting, but I don't know. Maybe you should try, you know, maybe that can get a lot of people watching, you know. Maybe you should do the trading stream as well. The problem with trading streams, they were lasting like 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. If you remember previous bear market, we were trading live, and you know, we were just sitting for 4 hours, you know, looking at the charts, waiting for that button to, you know, go long. I pressed the good button to go to run. Good, guys, press the good button on the way out. Thanks for stopping by. We've been, you know, streaming right now for 1 hour, so, you know, thanks for stopping by. Hit like button, the good button on the way out, and I'll see you when Bitcoin is at 80K. Enjoy the day, guys. Where's my outro? There. Bye-bye.